G'day everybody, my name is the primordial Clok-Roo. You can just call me Clok-Roo if you want to. And welcome to my first ever YouTube video, which is incidentally about Crash Bandicoot. Well, we're in 2016, so it seems kind of appropriate to talk about the orange marsupial, isn't it? I mean, this is his 20th anniversary year, but I'm not really getting into celebrating Crash Bandicoot. I'm here to discuss a little bit about what I think of the idea of a new Crash Bandicoot game and what I think of the fanbase's reaction to a possible new Crash Bandicoot game. Okay, let me start with the latter actually. I think what the fanbase is doing is kind of wrong, asking for an old Crash Bandicoot game, because technically we have that. We have Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex, and they hate it. They absolutely loathe it. And before any of you start, by the way, I'm a big Crash Bandicoot fan. I'm a proper Crash Bandicoot fan. I grew up with the classics, I played the PS2 titles, and I loved all but one of them. And I will say that one was Twinsanity. What, you thought I was going to say Mind of a Mutant? Long story, I won't talk about it here. But I think the fanbase have got the wrong idea. I really don't think doing a retro Crash game is a very smart idea in the modern era. I don't think even giving the franchise back to Naughty Dog is a smart idea, given where they're at. They've grown up a lot, Naughty Dog have, since the old days of Crash Bandicoot. I mean, the transition from Jak and Daxter the Precursor Legacy to just Jak 2 is massive. I mean, not just in difficulty, but in maturity. It goes from being platformer-ish to teenager shooter, which is as different in all different matters. And we've had after that Uncharted, which was for young adults, and then The Last of Us for proper grown-ups. Excuse me. So I really don't think handing Crash Bandicoot over to Naughty Dog is a smart idea. Besides, Andy Gavin and Jason Rubin are gone from the team. They left ages ago. So handing them over to Naughty Dog, well, handing Crash over to Naughty Dog again, I don't see that as the right idea. And I really don't think any of the old games, using them as a base, is a smart idea, to be honest. I think it's kind of a big risk. And the reason I'm saying all of this, guys, is because of this. I've studied video game development, so I'm pretty certain, well, not certain, but I'm pretty confident in what I say as to what I feel would succeed and what would flop. And really, I don't think doing an old game would work. I mean, a HD remake for the 20th anniversary would be fine and all. I'd be happy with it, perfectly fine. But next year, 2017, the 21st anniversary, I think we need something big, newish, and fresh. And the reason I say newish is because I'm now going to discuss what I think would be a good idea for a Crash Bandicoot game. For starters, let's get the developers out of the way. No Naughty Dog, guys. We're not doing Naughty Dog. That's not a smart idea. It's a big gamble. You could do Sanzaro, I suppose, or Insomniac, but I think they're a bit too hands full with what they've got. And with Activision owning the franchise at the moment, I seriously don't see anyone other than Activision game developer company, because they're the publishers, they're the only ones that can make the game, like Toys for Bob, High Impact Games, Vicarious Visions specifically. I think they're the ones that need to make the new Crash Bandicoot game, if they ever make one. And I say that because I really trust Vicarious Visions, especially after what they did with Skylanders Swap Force. Yes, I played Skylanders, argument dead. And then Skylanders Superchargers, which was freaking amazing. So yeah, I've got a lot of hope for them. I hope Activision go up to VV, they've probably done it already, and say, stop work on Skylanders, we want you to make the next new Crash Bandicoot game for the 21st anniversary. If they said 20th, they'd be freaking insane. Because they don't have the time to do the 20th anniversary, we know that. I mean, go all the way back to Sonic the Hedgehog 2006? Yeah, that's enough. We don't need to say any more than that. Sorry for the silence. But what do I think would be a good idea for a game? Well, we're not, like I said, not the classics. I don't think that would work. But take the ideas from the classics, definitely. For instance, I think they should do it sort of in the linear style of Crash. Actually, what I think they should do is reimagine the very first game, using everything they've come up with later on in the franchise. So they could use Crash Bandicoot 1 as the base story, get rid of Tournament and put Coco in as a replacement, I'd say, and keep Pinstripe, throw in Dingo Dial, maybe chuck in the Stench Mutants as minion enemies working for Pinstripe, I think. I'm throwing up ideas, and of course, Engine. I'm throwing out ideas, obviously, so yeah, that's just my thoughts. But reimagine the first game, that's a smart idea. They should do it like the first game-ish, but obviously better controls. I think it should be playable sort of in the way of Crash Tag Team Racing, so it's still simplistic with its basics. So we still got the jump, with the double jump especially, unlockable possibly, the spin attack, and the body slam. I'm a bit iffy on the slide if I'm honest. I don't dislike it, but I'm not sure it will be a very good usage, because it's all very little or effective use in Twinsanity, and, well, like, that disappointed me. And after that, it's still so very little use. I played the DS port of Mind of a Mutant, and even there, you barely use it. But as for everything else, like the combat from Crash of the Titans and Crash Mind of a Mutant, I know a lot of people don't like it, or like the games for that matter, but it works. The problem is it just overshadows the old greatness of the games, because it's not what we're used to. But if they were to incorporate it in a way so that it doesn't overshadow the great platforming aspect of Crash Bandicoot, then it would still be able to work and feel fresh. I would think that would be a good idea. So they could still incorporate that. They could make the game play sort of like Crash of the Titans, but also at the same time like the old Crash games. So it's a linear game, a linear told story, but it's got aspects from all the new Crash Bandicoot games and also all the classics that we know and love, and it includes a bunch of the characters that we've grown up and loved throughout the franchise. But of course, that's just one way of putting it, isn't it? That's not what I wanted to say. Oh, whatever. But another aspect I think they should keep as well is, of course, they can't do the crystals, but they can still do the gems, and obviously open all the boxes and get the gem. They really need to bring that back. And I also think they should bring back the relics as well, but for a different idea. I think this idea I've got in mind for the relics, I think is a winner. What they should do is use it like a grading system. Like, there's 3 challenges for each level. One of them is beat the level without dying, beat the level in a specific time, and get the combo, a hit combo because of the combat aspect I've added in. And using that, you can, if you get all 3, you get the platinum, get 2, you get gold, get 1, get sapphire. I'm just spitballing ideas. If I ever post a video detailing every little aspect I think they should do, I will. I've actually got a design treatment, detailing what I think it should be specifically, what I think the game should be like, what I feel, what I trust, what I actually think would be not personally a good idea to me, but just a very viable and good idea in general. I think it's a cracker, and I didn't pen this 2 weeks ago. I penned this about a year ago, and I still think it's great. And if you think that way about it, even now, having read it again, you know you're onto something good. Trust me, guys, I did this research. I am very certain it will work. But what do I think would be a bad idea? Well, like everything I had to tell at the start, really. Given that back to Naughty Dog, doing an old retro game, really, I don't think doing anything we've done in the past would really work. We need something that takes everything great about each individual game and compiles it into one, because we can't have the same game over and over. We can't have Crash Bandicoot 2, Crash Bandicoot 3 again. I mean, Wrath of Cortex is the perfect example of this. It's basically what the fanbase want, yet they hate it because it is what they want. At least that's how I read it. I don't understand that at all. But it is kind of a big kerfuffle, if you ask me. I really want a new Crash Bandicoot game like everyone else, yes, but I do not want a retro game. I want something new, okay? I've grown up with the franchise, I've moved on with the franchise, and I still want it to be successful, but doing the same thing over and over won't work. That's why I think they need to do a new idea, well, sort of a new idea. Or try and reimagine the first game is what I really want to see them do. As long as they don't make it an atrocity, I'll be happy. So, yeah, sorry if I've been sounding pretty unprofessional, or if I haven't given out enough information, but I wanted to try and do something short, sharp, and easy for my first YouTube video. Sorry about that, guys. But, okay, now on an unrelated note, I want to tell you guys about something. I actually intend to do countdowns on this channel. If you watched this far, I intend to do countdowns on this channel. So, if you're willing to stick around, I'm not going to ask you to subscribe, because if you didn't like what I said or don't like me, just don't bother doing it, obviously. But if you want to stick around to see what I can do for countdowns, yeah, go ahead and do what you want. I am intending to do my top 13 most hated video game characters. That will be up sometime soon. I'll get a trailer up as soon as I can. I trust you guys. I promise you. But for now, really, Crash Bandicoot, where do I sit? Doing an old style game, giving it back to Naughty Dog, and also rebooting the franchise, not a good idea. But giving it to, say, Vicarious Visions, for instance, I trust them. Taking aspects, the good aspects of every game and trying to create something new and fresh, I think that would be a great idea. And reimagining the very first game, I really want to see that. I think that is a cracker idea. I would love to see that. So that, everybody, is, in a nutshell, really what I think for a new Crash Bandicoot game, and what I think would be a real good hit. But until then, and until the preview for my first countdown, and also that actual countdown comes out, I'm the Primordial Clok-Roo, signing out.